Morning, gang. Hello. It's Saturday, the, what is it? 8th of February, 2020. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. Hope you're well on this Saturday morning. My voice has come back quite a lot, which I'm quite pleased about. It actually came back last night at the karaoke. But I got up this morning. I'm aching. My legs in particular are aching this morning. So I think whatever it's got, it's not going to go away very quickly. But we're hanging in there by a thread, and looking forward to some very strong winds on the way. Very, very strong winds on the way here in the UK. I've just had a look at the Bracknell weather. One moment, please. Let me refer to my weather systems information. Today, now where is it now? Today, so we're all right at the moment, but I think it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was, hang on a minute, let me see. No, it's not. Oh, I thought it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hang on a minute. Or maybe that's tomorrow. Where? Oh, no, here we are. No, 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. So we're all right. Here's the wind speed. There's a little bit of cloud and rain here, there, and everywhere, but nothing too bad to write home about, really. So today, roughly sort of wind speeds at the moment, 14, 15, 10, 16, 17, 18. And then between midnight and 1 o'clock, it goes from 18 to 41. Which seems quite a bit of a jump, really. And it goes 43. So that would be 1 o'clock. I'd be almost home. You're over there. 1 o'clock, I'd be almost home from work at that time. So, I shall have to avoid, because we're surrounded by trees here. Oh, yes, absolutely surrounded by tall pine trees. You may be able to see. There you go. You can see out the window. It's just beautiful here. It's beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful where I am. Not so nice coming down the road, but we're kind of in our own little area here. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses. We're kind of away from the rest of the road, And as I've said before, no one can walk past my house. The little footpath that goes past my house somehow became blocked off with other plants. I don't know how that happened. They must have just grown over somehow over the years. So no one walks past anymore. So it's nice. But the wind gets even more, like 3 o'clock in the morning, 45. Is that miles an hour? I don't know what that is. Does it say? Oh, hang on. It doesn't. Gusty winds and doesn't say. Is that miles an hour? And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, 47 miles an hour. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, 49 miles an hour. Hang on a minute. This is going to affect my journey to church tomorrow. Oh, my God. So when I leave for church, which I leave a bit earlier tomorrow because it's my day to play the organ. Yes. When I leave for church, it will be 58 miles an hour. You don't care, do you? You'd love to see me blown away, wouldn't you? You would love to see that. I know you would. And then when I come out of church, 67 miles an hour. It'd be just like the Wizard of Oz. I'll go flying past that little window of yours in your little ex-council house that you live in. Awful, dear. Awful. You can get blown away. Very, very dangerous. So watch out for that. What's it like up at the caravan? Hang on a minute. Let me see what it's like up at the caravan. Is it just as bad up there? BBC weather dog dyke. One moment, please. Just I have full access to all the BBC things now. I'm one of them now, you see. I'm a BBC person. So Sunday, let's see, 18:15. Okay, let's go to Sunday. 18. Oh my, yes, same there. Oh my God. Well, the caravan's bound to get blown away tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. 66 mile an hour winds up at Dog Dyke, which is near Chapel Hill, which is where my caravan is. Very, very worrying, dear. You don't care though, do you? Who's worried about the wind? Let's see who's here this morning. Shall we see who's here? Oh, what have I done? Wait a minute. Hang on, because the little chat box is not looking right for some reason. Now, I can't move it. Oh, no. Don't say I can't get that out. What's going on there? If I put that down there, pull that up there. Oh, there we are. One minute. Oh, it's so annoying. All right, got it. Right, got it. That's up and ready. Okay. Look at it. Oh, I see. There's a There's a super chat arrived already from Mr. Roy Brownlow. Good morning, Roy. And I'll tell you what that's for in a moment. That's sorted for you, Roy. You may be thinking, why is it only £2 for two key rings? I'll come to that in a moment, boys and girls. I'll come to that in a moment. The good key rings. Here are the good ones. Right? Functioning perfectly normal. Nothing wrong with them except for the slight spelling mistakes on the back. These are £2.50. So how comes Roy Brownlow is asking for two key rings for £2? I shall inform you in a moment after we've done some of these messages this morning. Okay, so a very good morning to Mr. Jason Hughes. He's first in with the messages this morning. Morning, Jason. Mick Davenport there, Michael Pullman, Michael Lawrence, Mandy Davenport. There's Roy, Brendan Brady fan. Good morning to you. There's Fran. Morning, Fran. Rob Kershaw in the house. Good morning, Rob. Mandy, I think I said hello to Mandy. Is that everyone so far this morning? Let's have a look. Chris's voice has come back. Is that good or bad? Actually, it's gone a bit again, isn't it? It's gone a bit. Perhaps it sounded better than it actually was. I don't know. Hello, lovely Diane. Beautiful Diane Jebb is in the house. Morning, Diane. Johnny Key. Good morning, Johnny. Thank you very much for your birthday card. Very kind of you. I've got another birthday card here. I don't know if she's with us this morning, but the one from Shania arrived at the pub yesterday. It's a lovely card, actually, with guitars on it. Well, I don't play the guitar. I don't quite understand that, Shania. Couldn't we have had a church organ, perhaps painted on there or something like that? Or a keyboard? I don't play guitar, dear. Why have you sent me a picture of a guitar? Oh, hang on a minute. Number 1, Funk Classics Party Music. Happy birthday to you. So this is from the lovely Shania. And, of course, her dad, Vectis. That's Simon. And her brother, Callum. And it says, thank you for all the joy and happiness you bring to us every day from Simon, Shania and Callum. Thank you very much. And there's a picture of the 2 guitars. I don't understand, Shania. 1 guitar, 2... I don't play guitar, dear. It reminds me of those nuns, dear. I mean, bless their hearts, they do their best. But nuns playing guitars at church, I'm sorry, it just leaves me stone cold. Stone cold, dear. Don't see many now, do you, nuns? Do you remember when you was a child? You always used to see groups of nuns walking wherever they were, London, near you. We had several convents in Roehampton where we lived. There was one at the Digby Stewart College. There was one up Roehampton High Street where I played the organ a couple of times for midnight mass. And there was one sort of not too far. Well, actually, none of them were very, very far from our house. There was another one over at near Manresa House, convents, full of nuns. And there's hardly any there now. I was talking to my friend Jean. She used to work at St. Joseph's where I play the organ twice a month now. I'm in there twice a month. That was my childhood church I've gone back to. Bit of a journey there and back, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? For myself and the people as well, of course. And she said there's hardly any nuns up there anymore. People just don't do it anymore, you know. It's sad, really, isn't it? Sad when you think about it. Morning to LaBelle. I'm her emerald-eyed Romeo of romance and magic. Good morning, LaBelle. Morning. LaBelle, have you seen, I might have asked you already, AJ and the Queen on Netflix? Such a delightful programme. I think I'm up to episode 4 now. I am so loving that. That relationship between the little girl. How old is she? About 12. Little girl who's run away from home because her mother she's a drug addict. And she sells herself to get money for drugs. And she was also selling herself to get money for the little girl. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to go and do that sort of thing, that's fine. It's just the drugs that are the problem, you know. You know, if you were selling yourself, perhaps you've tried everything else, nothing works. Oh, well, I'll go and sell myself. You know, I wonder how much I'd get, incidentally. How much would you offer me for my services like that? Eh? If some of these ladies, they go and sell themselves to get money for food. I don't really have a problem. If that's what they want to do, then fine, you know. But the whole drugs thing is very sad when they get involved in all that, and then all the money starts going on that. And anyway, that's what that little girl's mother has done. So the mother's gone missing. and the little girl's like a bit feral, and she's hooked up with this drag queen, Robert the drag queen. Can't remember. Ruby, I think it's Ruby. Ruby is the drag queen name, as played by RuPaul, as played by RuPaul, and it's funny, it's sad, but it's very warm. It's very warm. You would like it. And I keep going on about this like I used to go on about Pose. But AJ and the Queen, wonderful programme available on Netflix, certainly over here. I presume it's over there as well, LaBelle. All right, my love. Right, just a moment now. Let me just scroll a little bit. Good morning to Tony King. Morning, Tony. Hello to Mike Rees-Ponto. He's flying out to Malaga tomorrow. Did you see your photo? I posted your photo yesterday, Mike. There you go. That's Mike when he got to Gibraltar a few days ago now. And he's off. Where's he going now? Where's he say he was going? Malaga. I don't think I've been to Malaga or Gibraltar, actually. Is it right in Gibraltar they have monkeys running around? Like actual monkeys running around like we used to have stray dogs. That's what I heard. And they can nick things from you. Not from me, mate. It'll be a very sad day, the day anyone gets any money out of me. I'm telling you that now. Morning to Terry H. Hello, Terry. Long time no see. Hope you're well. The voice is acting up this morning, as it has been doing all week. I wish this would pass. Good morning to Leslie Ross. There's a new person. Welcome along to the show, Leslie. It's just a little bit of fun we have every morning. We don't do anything too serious, so welcome to the show for the first time, I think. Leslie Ross, do let us know where you are. Terry says it's going to be bad up in Leeds tomorrow. It's the whole country, Terry. We're on for some storm tomorrow, some serious storm tomorrow. Really, if I was in the caravan, that's actually quite nice when there's some serious weather outside. It's really cosy, unless, of course, the electric goes off, dear, which is quite possible. I'm just scared that the thing will be blown away, love. You know, Toto. There will be Sylvie, who is queen of all caravans. She owns the site with her husband, Alan and Sylvie. I can see her going past her. Chris, are you all right, Chris? She'll appear with a plant and a cup of tea. She's wonderful, Sylvie. God, if you ever wanted to be on a caravan site, I hit gold when I got that one. It's nothing special. There's no clubhouse or anything like that. It's just nice. Unless you get someone noisy next door. Yeah. I could see Roy Brownlow purposely buying the caravan next door and having his blooming radio on all day and all night. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Excuse me 1 moment, please. Let's just scroll up with Mr. Load of... Oh, just jump down there. Or... Where are we? Terry Yates wants a key ring. Terry, all right, just give us a second and I'll tell you about that. There's another super chat from Terry. All right, Terry. Simon Gilman's talking about bingo. Yes, indeed. We do bingo tomorrow. Bingo is Sunday night, every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, boys and girls. It's the only show that's scheduled is the bingo show. The bingo starts at 8. The show often starts before that, but we do the bingo at 8 o'clock. If you want to play that, you've still got time. You need to register for that. You only need to register once, and as long as you sort of turn up fairly regularly, you'll stay on the system, okay? If you want to play bingo tomorrow night, send me an email to that address. Say, please add me to the bingo, Chris, and I'll be very happy to do that for you. And I will reply to your email saying, added or done, and I'll tell you what all that's about, all right? It's ever so easy. You get a bingo ticket in the post. You'll know, Terry, the bingo programme written by the lovely Jason Allen for me years and years ago. There's a slight bug in it, but it's okay. We can get around that. So that's tomorrow night. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. He's just got home from Marks and Spencer shopping with his mum. Oh, well, you must have some serious cash then. Well, you kept that quiet. Marks and Spencer's shopping, and you sit there pleading poverty in the pub all night long. God, I can only dream of being able to go to Marks and Spencer's and filling a little basket full of items. Cost me about 50 quid. You're going Aldi, dear. Aldi, love. 2 great big bags of shopping. I gave the woman £1 and she gave me 68 pence back for 2 bags of shopping. So, there you are. Good luck with that. You won't be able to do that in Marks and Spencer's, dear. You were playing a guitar at Tracy's. Yeah, very badly, Mick. Nuns on the runs. Where are the nuns? And no, perhaps I could become a nun. I could become a nun, couldn't I? They've got beautiful voices, singing nuns, haven't they? Morning to Dr. Gregorian. A big morrow to you. Morrow. Scamabasha in the house. Good morning, Scamabasha. Want to know if you're still using the 3G router. How are you getting on with it? Terry, I changed it. I bought with my own money a TP-Link one. TP-Link one off Amazon. Cost, wasn't particularly cheap, that one. Took the card out, put it in that one, and it made an enormous difference. It worked really well. There was some sort of general problem with those routers. Eventually, 3 actually sent me out another Huawei one, like a white one, but the TP-Link one was working fine. And, of course, my home and my caravan are quite smart now. I've got various different plugs and bulbs and things like that. I've got the Amazon Echo now, Terry, so you haven't been there for... Oh, we've all upgraded, dear. I've upgraded everything, dear. Wonderful. So I've got all these things connected to that router. So you'll know, if you ever want to change that router, you've got to set every damn thing up again, haven't you? Right? So I've got the Huawei router, which is basically sitting in a cupboard because the TP-Link one, it's got 2 aerials on it, works really well. Much better than the old little black one. I think there was a general issue with those. If you do a search on the... Well, someone... actually, Mike did. Mike Risponto did a search on the internet and found many, many people who were having trouble with those routers. So I don't think they send them out now anyway. Chris, there was a nuns convent near my secondary school. Yeah, there were a lot in the past. There doesn't seem to be so many of them around anymore. I don't think many people are going into the religious order anymore, which is sad, really sad. Rachel's got to take her daughter to the hospital. Oh, swollen eye. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, it's so painful having something wrong with your eye. Tell your daughter from me, get well soon, darling. That's horrible, having something wrong with your eye like that. Okay, let me just scroll down. Chris, pardon the pun. My bread making video has now reached 99,000 views. I can only dream of such numbers, Chris. Even after my many appearances on the BBC over the last few weeks, I struggle. I still struggle to get more than a couple of 100 people watch this programme. Never mind, dear. We must carry on regardless. It's not about the numbers, it's about the quality. And where can you find quality programming like this on the television anymore? The answer? Nowhere, dear. Nowhere. Thank you. Leslie, quite right. Drugs are for mugs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's have a look there. Thank you. Yes, Chris, advertise your stuff there. If you have your own YouTube channel, feel free to put a little link up there. It won't actually show links, so you've got to word it like Chris Bedwell has advertised his Bedwell Kitchen channel, something like that, so that people can find it. Bedwell's Kitchen is his channel, all right? I just wondered where Leslie was. Has she answered that? Let me have just scroll down. Taking a while to get down to your messages, as always, boys and girls. We can't read them all out, but I at least try and read names out, darlings. Or if you're particularly interested, it might get you way down. Yes, I did watch Casualty. Oh, we have Casualty news. Casualty news, boys and girls. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear this, turn off your sound for the next 15 seconds. Is your sound off yet? Oh. Now? Oh. What about now? Oh. Is it off? Casualty tonight. On Casualty tonight, I have heard it's Duffy's funeral tonight. Oh my God, no. Not Duffy. Charlie is going to go into pieces tonight. So that's what I've heard. I saw spoiler alert, and all I saw was Duffy's funeral is tonight. I don't read the rest of it. I rarely read spoilers happening for TV shows. But if you watch... sorry. If you watch Casualty, apparently Duffy's funeral is tonight. I hope it's in the Catholic Church. None of these... Oh, they're awful. These funerals in these little huts that they have in cemeteries. Have you ever been to a cremation? Oh, they're horrendous. Honestly, it's like a conveyor belt. You get there a bit early, the other lot are still in there, dear. They come out, you go in, the next one, they come... Oh, awful. Awful. Services in crematoriums are just horrendous. No, what you want to do is hire yourself Westminster Abbey. Somewhere like that. Do it properly, my loves. Do it properly, all right? Good morning to John Parrish. Belated happy birthday. It was... the Dorchester was lovely, John. Take your missus there. Please, please take your missus there. Such a wonderful afternoon. Really is. You do not lift a finger. It just comes and comes. Do you want any more sandwiches? Oh, yes, please. You know, be careful when you order that second lot of sandwiches. It often fills you up a lot more than you think it will. All right. Good morning to Heidi. Morning to Heidi. My mum was training to be a nun. She had to leave because she got pregnant with me. Oh, Heidi. Dear me. Hello to Clever Clever. Good morning to Clever Clever. Welcome to the show. I don't know who that is, Clever Clever. I've no idea who that is. No idea who that is, I'm afraid. But welcome to the show, sir. All right. Good, we're there. Now, let me tell you about these. So, key rings. Key rings. Right. These are the good key rings. All right. I had these made when the other ones didn't come out so well. All right, these are those. These are a £2.50 super chat, right? There's various things that I've got here now. You asked for memorabilia, it's here. There's pens, super chat badges. We've got T-shirts, all sorts of stuff here. Various different prices, okay? I don't make money from this, but I try and get the price of the item to cover the cost. The biggest part, generally, is a postage stamp, all right? So one of those works out to £2.50, okay? The stamp I have to put on that is £1.10. And these as well. The stamp, that cost me about 60 pence. The stamp is £1.10. You know, because it goes as a large letter. It won't go, the old bag on the post office. It won't go through the slot. Oh, that'd be £1.10, please, or whatever it is. Large letter, that is. So that's a large letter. The only thing that will go as normal letters are the fridge magnets, which you can't actually buy. You can't buy these. The only way you can have one of those is to win the raffle on Monday morning. Okay, we have a raffle every Monday morning. For every show, we give out raffle tickets. Later on during this show, I will say, who wants a raffle ticket? And then people will start saying, ticket, please. And I will give you a raffle ticket and the number. If you're watching a recording of the show, you can still get a raffle ticket. You can only have one raffle ticket by show, by whatever method you choose. If you're watching a recording of the show, just email me at that email address and I will reply to you with your raffle ticket number and it'll be written down and put in the raffle ticket thing, like everyone else. Now, there is a new camera set up over there, and my USB, we were talking about this yesterday, my USB multi-plug has arrived. It's only cost £10. And I'll see if I can set that up later, and then we'll have a camera going directly into the bowl when we pull the raffle tickets, and it'll be a lot easier for you to see. Then you can't shout out fix all the time. So that's the fridge magnets. That actually goes as a first-class letter. Because it'll go through that goes through the slot. Oh, you only need a first-class stamp for that. You know. And the other thing that goes through are stickers. Where are the stickers? Oh, God. I just lose stuff all the time. I can't find the stickers now. Where have they gone? Just a moment. I can't find anything this morning. Can't find anything. Where's that? Where's the stickers? I'm looking for stickers. Stickers. Where are the stickers? Oh, have they fallen down the back? No. Oh. Aha! Stickers. What are they doing over there? Someone moved them. These are the stickers. Okay. These are the stickers. And the stickers, they will go through as a first-class stamp. One sticker is £1. Okay. 5 stickers is £2. Okay. So there's stickers as well. The way you get any of these is to do super chats. There's a little $sign at the bottom. Just hit that and it will ask you how much you want to send. Once you've sent that, you then need to email me at that. Where's the email address gone? Email me there and tell me what you've paid and what you want. You must, and your full postal address, and it will be in the post for you. Okay? Now, Roy Brownlow last night saw me giving these out at the karaoke. These are the key rings that didn't come out properly. The ink on them is all blurred. Maybe over here. Let me see. 1, 2, 2. Is that 2? Is that 2? No, that's 3. I've got to change the blooming numbers around on those cameras. There you go. You see how blurred that is? So that is actually blurred. It's not the way you can see it on the camera. The ink is blurred. So I wrote to them, and they were very good. Okay, really sorry. What do you want us to do? I said, well, can you do them again? We'll check. And then they replied to my email saying that they would. That if they did them again, they'd probably turn out the same way. And I think, well, why are you selling that stuff then? What surprised me is that when they did them, wouldn't you just have printed one to see how it came out? No, they sent all 50 to me. All of them. I mean, if I was doing something like that, you'd do a test one first, wouldn't you? No, they've just run the whole lot off, and there we are. So they refunded me the money, all of it. Which was great. It was about 45 quid, something like that. I think it was 40, 45 quid, something like that. So they refunded all of that, and then I ordered these, you see. Ordered these instead. These are the £2.50 ones. So Roy Brownlow saw me giving these out last night. Adrian got one as well, actually. Adrian got one of these as well yesterday, or at least I threw one onto his table. Roy Brownlow saw this going on the karaoke stream and immediately sent me a little private note, as he often does, you know, hoping that I'll come round to his house. Oh, hello, Chris. The girlfriend's away. Would you like to pop round? And I'm not having any of that business going on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is not you are not a Philip Schofield moment, my darling. Philip Schofield moment from Roy Brownlow. No, I'm not having any of that. Anyway, so he said, could you put two aside and I'll send you a super chat, which he's done this morning. And he says, how much do you want? I said, well, I'm not going to charge for these because they haven't come out very well. I was going to throw them away. I was actually going to throw these away. But I thought, well, I'll give them out while I'm singing Tie Yellow Ribbon because it's Yellow Ribbon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's a yellow ribbon. So that's what I did. He said, how much do you want for two? I said, just give us the price of the stamp, which I think I said about £1.50. Envelope as well. So £1.50. £1.50 will get you one of these. All right. So if you want one, that's all they are. Just the price of the stamp, which I think is about £1.50 for large letter. I can't remember. If you want one of those, then £1.50 super chat, and then email me with what you want. Okay. And that's it. Good. Let's just scroll up a little bit there. You're chatting to each other, I can see. Once again, gang, we can't read all the messages. It's just impossible, I'm afraid. John's worried about the wind tonight. Oh, it'd be fine. No, stay there, John. I mean, the thing won't take off. All those caravans are anchored down. I mean, you can check yourself if you want. I don't know if you've got a skirting around yours or not, but that helps as well. But you'll find these caravans are so well anchored down. I've been the Haven Holiday ones. I mean, they really do sway. They sway because they've got nothing underneath them. I don't know if that's an issue with why they sway so much. But I've been in the caravans now in some serious windy weather. And most of them don't move. You might get a little bit of movement. And actually, when you go to bed, that's quite nice. You kind of get rocked to sleep. Gonna rock with you. Good morning to Mark Bowles joining us now. Morning, Mark. No, Terry, just send us your full postal address there, Terry. Send me your full postal address. Okay, full postal address. Battle Cutie says, I thought you didn't do weekends. Oh, yes. All the time I do. We're on every day, almost every day. Almost every day we are on. Sunday nights, 8 o'clock. Okay, Thursday nights, somewhere between 7 and 9 usually. Colin, who was the poor guy you knocked out with a reject keyring at karaoke last night? He was out for at least half an hour. He's dead. Dead. He just got in the way. I wasn't even throwing it at him. He suddenly stood up and I threw this keyring, knocked him out clean. And his pulse check is dead. But it's just one of those things. We dump the body outside in the street, no problem. Street cleaner, that's what happens in London now. You know, it's not a provincial place. You know, we can't have bodies lying in the street. Cleaner comes along. Little man, I couldn't understand. He was a foreign bloke. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Picked up the body, cut it into small pieces, put it in the bin and wheeled it off. No problem. There we go. That's what happened. Scrolling now. Right. I think you must be anchored down, John. Are you sure you're not anchored down? Have a look underneath. There should be two. It's either chains or some of them have got like this piece of wire which kind of goes from one side to... You must be anchored down. You're on a proper site, aren't you? Go and have another look, John. I'm sure if you're not anchored down, perhaps you should go in a hotel. I'd be very, very sorry. I've not heard of any caravans that aren't anchored down. Blimey. That's very worrying. Good morning, Shania. I was just showing people your lovely card. Where did the guitars come from, Shania? Because I don't play the guitar. I don't understand, my love. All right. Now, Michael Parman's with us this morning. And he was just writing on the little introduction Facebook Facebook video that we do. He's watching the Australia Eurovision at the moment. So I assume that's the Australian Eurovision where they're choosing a song to go in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. I can't believe it's already coming round again. Fantastic. What do you have any tips on the song yet, Michael? Should I be putting money on one of the songs? I think all the songs that have come out of Australia are excellent, actually. A lot of people think that the Eurovision Song Contest is just for Europe. No, that's incorrect. The Eurovision is a network. It's actually based in Europe, okay? But it's not just for Europeans. Anyone can join the Eurovision network, from what I understand. And one of its members, two of its members, Israel, which is not in Europe, is it? And also Australia, are both members of the Eurovision network. Therefore, they can join in. And I believe that's what that's all about. Just because you're not in Europe doesn't bar you from hosting the Eurovision Song Contest. Funny thing is, last night we had someone sing Eurovision songs. What is it? He sang that one by Daz Simpson, which is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful doing that. And he sang this song, Daz Simpson. I think that got 0 points. I think it was one of those that got 0 points. And then he came back and did Love Shine a Light. So that was quite nice. Quite nice singing that last night. And as he left the stage, he says, we're going to win the Eurovision. I said, what planet are you on, mate? No one's going to vote for us anymore. Oh, it's not political, he says. It blooming well it is. They hate us. They hate us. I think we should pull out of that and all. The BBC pays a small fortune for that. The way that works, there's 5 big payers, okay? The BBC is one of them. And they basically fund, I think the other countries pay a bit, but there are 5 big payers. Us, France, Germany, Italy and Spain. They are the ones that put the most money into the Euro. It costs millions to put that show on. Millions. And as the delightful Amanda from BBC Look North says, what I do is talk show on a budget. You know, I'm not on anything like Graham Norton's on, dear. Pennies I get for this. Pennies I get for doing this off YouTube. But I'm happy. And I feel I could host the Eurovision Song Contest, possibly at Central Station. That would save them a fortune. We could have a couple of little webcams in there. And of course, who would be able to host it? I know, me. I think that's an excellent idea. Good morning, Colin Coates. Morning, Colin. Let's have a look. Just scrolling up there. What did we miss out there? Oh, Battle Cutie. Do be careful what you're saying there. You're likely to get moderated and banned from the channel there, okay? What will happen if you're very, very naughty, you get a timeout. If you do it again, you get banned from the channel. So be careful there. There are moderators watching. I'm surprised you haven't been banned already, to be honest. But we'll let that one go. No one can see that comment, only me. Be careful what you say on here. Basically, I love free speech, but when you start being a little bit silly, then you get banned, all right? Eurovision is Saturday, May the 16th. Oh, I must write that in my... I might take that one off because I love the Eurovision. May the 16th, is it? I might take that off this time and perhaps I could go to a Eurovision. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm on holiday. Oh, no, I'm not. Am I? Hang on a minute. Where am I on holiday? 18, 19, 20, 21 of May. 16th, right. Eurovision. Thank you for that. Eurovision. Because I like it loud. You know? Some of these pubs. Oh, there's one pub I worked in Ealing. Oh, dreadful place. Dreadful. And they had this Eurovision on. The only thing is, they hadn't wired up the speakers to the sound system. Right? And so basically, it's got this, and you know what the sound is like on these flat screen televisions? It's horrendous. Flat screen televisions are horrendous for sound. It just doesn't work. Is that Saturday? Friday, Saturday. Doesn't work. So they've got all these, they had 2 flat screen TVs in there, right? With the volume turned up so loud it was distorting, but you couldn't hear it anyway. And people were sitting in there trying to watch it. Now, it's got to be loud. Eurovision Song Contest has to be very loud. Thank you for that, Mikey Mike. Good morning to Jack Matthews. Morning to you, Jack. Dave, it will be interesting for the person doing the post-mortem on the man that died when you threw a keyring. He got in the way. Not my fault, Governor. Have a look on the security cameras. I threw it and he weren't standing up when I threw it. It's all his own fault. The shape of a keyring indented into his head. Yes. Awful. Well, I didn't know that, John. I didn't know that. He says he's been underneath the caravan and his caravan isn't chained down. Ooh. Don't like the sound of that, really. Don't like the sound of that at all. Thank you. You should do your own commentary for Eurovision, says Chris. I did that before a few times, actually. It was great fun. Great fun. I did do that a couple of times. We did that in some of the gay pubs. I think I did it 3 times in gay pubs. And if I'm right, I think I was the first one to do that way back in the early 90s. And then drag queens started doing it as well. So, but I was first. Okay, are we down at the bottom of those messages there? Yes, excellent. Let me see. I haven't missed anyone out, have I? I've got all the names and have I read all your names out, haven't I, my love? Okay, good. Read all the names out. Right, what else have we got? So we've got Duffy's Food, and I told you about that. Great karaoke last night, I have to say. As I mentioned on the show yesterday, I'm not one to buy cheap audio stuff. However, one of my friends, Josh, young DJ, bought this UHF radio mic from Amazon, £49. And he was on there praising it to the hilt. Usual, I would be paying for a radio mic between 350 and 450 quid for a really good quality radio mic. However, I have used this at karaoke nights before, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everyone slams the microphone down on the floor or the table. One or two do that. They tend to be, I don't know, like those sort of people that just want to do anything that they want to do and sod everyone else, you know? No, I'm not saying that. But accidents happen. When you get an accident with a 400, 500 pound microphone, it's not a good thing. And they accidentally get dropped on the floor. And most of these mics, this sort of thing, there we are, that's an old one. That doesn't work anymore. That got dropped, doesn't work anymore. Don't work anymore, that one. But it was dropped a few times, to be fair. The wired mics, I don't have one here, I don't think. The wired mics, the brand name, the Shure, what's the number? 450, the Shure SM58s, I think they're called. The Shure SM58s, they're a metal microphone. They're wired with a cable. You can drop them and drop them and drop them. The little thing on the end is one spare one here. That all gets dented. They still work perfectly. This is not the case with radio mics. You only get to do it a few times and then you have to send it away for repair and it costs about 80 quid every time you get one repaired. So I stopped using it at the karaoke because they were just being dropped too easily. Yeah, and people get drunk. They don't mean to always drop it. Don't get me wrong. But they do. They fall out or they drop on the floor. And I don't know why, but a lot of people just don't seem to be able to get it in the microphone stand. So I stopped using it some time ago, or months ago now. And then Josh bought this one for £49 and he said it's really good. I said, well, what's the dropouts like? Because they tend to get dropouts. Dropouts, I'm going to give you drop. That's what a dropout is. So you get gaps in between the talking. Okay? And he said there's none at all. The quality is really good. And I thought, well, I'll buy it off Amazon. And if I'm not happy with it, you can always send it back. This is the beauty of buying stuff on the internet, right? You have more things for you if you buy it on the internet. If I was to buy that in a shop, okay, now this isn't working fine. You might have a bit of trouble changing it. If you buy something on the internet and simply change your mind, you say, no, I don't want it, you send it back, you are entitled to a full refund. They have to give you a full refund. That's why I buy everything off Amazon. You're better off doing that. Seriously. Anyway, so this microphone arrived this week and I used it last night for the first time. I'm amazed. Absolutely amazed. The quality is absolutely second to none. It's on the same scale as that Sennheiser one, which was 350 quid, because I've had that a while now. I only use that for like professional people now. You know, like drag queens, singers, that they're the only people that are allowed to use that dear one now. But the cheap one I had out in circuit last night, and it's all metal. Very, very good quality. So that's what I'm using at the moment. So we used that last night, and a couple of people took use that to its full potential and started walking around, talking, singing to people. Not everyone wants to do that. Some people like to do that. They like to walk off the stage into the crowd and keep an eye on it. That's okay, Who's going to run out the door? Because, of course, it's useless on its own. You'd have to buy another receiver. And I don't think you can do that anyway. You've got to buy a whole new thing. So that kind of worked last night. Good crowd in there. It was a quiet start. Took a while to get going last night, but eventually this great big crowd of well-behaved youngsters came in, I have to say, including that one there was someone's birthday last week and a couple of girls and what. The thing is, with the youngsters like that, and they come out of college, you have to keep control. Right? They come up on the stage. Excuse me, could you get off the stage? The girls are the worst. The young girls are the worst. Now, why should I get off the stage? You get that? Why should I get off the stage? You can't touch them. Don't touch me. The lads, different thing altogether. Straight or gay, doesn't matter. Could you get off the stage, please? Oh, no, please, mate. And then just put your hand on the shoulder and just gently push. I mean, I'd like to push a bit harder, I'll be honest with you. And they're fine. But the girls stand out. Why shouldn't I stand on the stage? It's a bit like that. I don't get that. Why is it like that? Why is that like that? Anyway, so you have to keep control. And the other thing is, you can't leave the stage once there's a group of youngsters in. Because they know they're not allowed on the stage. As soon as you leave that stage and go down the end to get a glass of water or to have a wee or something or to collect some pens, they're up there. The whole lot of them. And you come back up and you basically have to cut the music. Can you get off the stage, please? They're not going to take any notice until you cut that music off and then they go. Oh dear. Are we having a little bit of a problem there, boys and girls? Right, okay. There you go. Yeah, so I mean that's the karaoke. That was the karaoke last night. Quite a nice crowd actually. They were young and they were boisterous, and that's what we like. We like a good mixture of different ages and different types of people in there because it works so well. So that was last night. Okay, Michael. Did Michael reply to that? We were talking about the Eurovision. I think he's watching the Eurovision, actually. Let's have a look. He hasn't replied to that. No, he's watching the Eurovision, Michael. We'll probably catch up on the on the United Kingdom Talk player a little bit later on. That's what he'd do. Right. Chris, last night he was in Pop World Hartford. It wasn't my finest hour. I'll stick to taking the photos there. Chris, karaoke is not about good singers. Some people think it is. They think they come on the stage, they think they're some sort of international star. And they're not. They're karaoke singers. It's all about having a go. It doesn't matter how bad you are at singing. It's about having a go. All right, so don't worry about that. Good morning to Mix Mowers. Just joining us there. Morning, Mix Mowers. Have I read everyone out? Chris, mod me, I will clean it up. Done that. Already done. I thought I saw another one. Oh, thank you. Mikey Mike, UK Eurovision entry this year has been chosen by the BBC and BMG. BMG are a big music publishing company. We'll see how that goes. Yet another method of choosing a Eurovision song. That'll go interesting. New method. So they're not leaving it to the public this year. That's probably a good thing, judging by some of the songs that the public have chosen over the years, dear. Good morning to John Aitken. He's going to watch Whitney Houston tonight. Whitney Houston. I love that song by Whitney Houston. I Will Always Love You. Have you heard her sing it recently? Whitney Houston there for you, singing in the bath, boys and girls. Oh, that's really offensive. Oh, get real, will you? It's a light-hearted programme. I've told you that before. Eurovision is on SBS 1 now. SBS. Ah, there he is, Michael Pullman. It's Australia Decides. Okay, yep, so that's a little bit like our Song for Europe type thing. Okay, a little bit like a Song for Europe. Good morning to Roy the boy. Morning to you, Roy. Hello to you as well. Rick Adonna has just joined us as well this morning. Good morning to Rick Adonna. Right, let's do some of these little news stories today. I won't keep you too long this morning, boys and girls. I'm trying to save my voice a little bit, really. Let's have a look. Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes. Here is another reason not to go. Have you been to Milton Keynes? God, blimey. Dreadful place. Dreadful place. Here we go. Around 150 Britons. This is the old coronavirus thing. 150 Britons are being flown back from the coronavirus city of Wuhan on Sunday, and they're going to be quarantined at a place in Milton Keynes. What a very sensible place to put people. That because no one wants to go there. Nobody would, in their right mind, would want to live in Milton. Have you been to Milton Keynes? It's just concrete jungle. Endless roundabout. God knows how they're going to find the quarantine place. Oh, hang on a minute. South Central Ambulance Service. Are they ferrying the people? Oh my God, that's our ambulances. Oh, I hope I'm not ill over the next few days and require an ambulance after going in with one of that lot in there with the virus, dear. Oh my Lord. How are they going to find the place? They just go for hours around those roundabouts trying to find somewhere in Milton Keynes. Have you been? I stayed at Bletchley. Bletchley, that's where they've got the Morse code museum type, Bletchley Park. When I was working for British Telecom, they sent us there on a course, you know, how to climb poles and telegraph poles and that sort. It was great, actually. Oh, that was a great week. We were there all week. Various different people from different parts of the country. I was from London Southwest. That's the area that I covered at the time. And they sent us there, and you know, you get a little room, you get your own room with a telly and a shower and all that, and you get fed. Lovely meals. Oh, lovely meals. And in the end, you get drunk with all your mates in the bar. And then during the day, you do a little bit of work. It was great. Really great British Telecom training course. And we found that in Bletchley. But I don't know how they're going to find this place in Milton Keynes. These ambulances have been going around for hours around these roundabouts. South Central Ambulance Service said that Kents Hill Park, which is a conference centre and hotel, will be used to house the returning citizens after they land at RAF Bryce Norton. So there we are. They're being put there for a couple of weeks. It's frightening. It must be very frightening to be. There's people stuck on a boat or two boats at the moment, isn't there? My thoughts on that. I don't think you can stop it now. It's out. I think we're just kind of holding it back. But if I can't honestly see that being stopped now, it's out now. You know. And the other thing is, they say it's like for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, you show no symptoms, but you can be passing it around. So, I mean, I don't know. How many more people have got this stuff? Possibly here in Bracknell. Funnily enough, I got a text. I got a text from the doctor yesterday. Where is it now? Text from the doctor. Here, dear Mr. Reardon, please can you contact your local... Of course, the first thing you see is, please can you contact your local GP surgery? Now, the first thing that's going through my mind, oh my God, you know, I've been to the doctors recently. Have they found something terrible? That's the first thing that goes through your mind, isn't it? And it says, please contact your GP surgery at your earliest convenience. So that sounds urgent to me. Does that sound urgent to you? A single dose of the pneumococcal conjugated vaccine is now available for you. Please call to arrange your appointment. So I've got to have a pneumococcal conjugated vaccine. What the hell is that? It doesn't sound very good, does it? I don't think I want something like that in me. Frightening. John says, I've got a lovely friend from Milton Keynes. She lives in Florida now. Not much difference, just a few palm trees. That's a fair comment, actually. Now, I like Florida. Great, big, massive open roads. But actually, it is not an awful lot there, is there? When you think about it, like flora-wise. I'm not talking about Disney. There's plenty of Disney and theme parks for tourists. But I would like to live in Florida. I think it's a nice place. Perhaps there's a Florida television station at the moment who requires a new TV. Not breakfast. No, I don't want a breakfast show. Oh, God, no. They get up at like 3 in the morning, don't they? Don't want any of that going on, thank you very much. No, thank you very much. Christopher Davis, Prince Harry is receiving therapy. That's right. Yes, I saw that there, Christopher. A little bit too serious for us to cover this sort of story, okay? We try and keep it fairly light-hearted, even if it's serious. All right. Mick's repairing a mower at the moment. Well, come on, get on with it and stop wasting your time watching this rubbish, dear. Shocking how people do. Do you remember Love City Groove? Yes, I do remember that one as well. I remember that one as well. Yes, I do remember that one as well. The people in Wuhan, would you like to know what they're eating? What they're eating while they're in one of those hospitals? This is in The Sun this morning. Oh, what was that last story in? That was in the Daily Mirror, the last story. You're supposed to tell, well, you have to tell if you're using a story from a newspaper. Otherwise, you could be pretending it. That last one was the Mirror. This is in The Sun. Patients at one of Wuhan's coronavirus hospitals were fed turtle meat for dinner. Turtle meat. After contracting the deadly disease spread from wild animals, it has emerged. A video released by the Chinese media said several infected people can be seen laying in bed eating their dinner. As someone explains, today's meal includes soft-shell turtle meat. I have to say, the meals look quite nice. They're like in one of those plastic things, and each item is separated. You've got a bit of rice, some sort of vegetables. There's the dead animal and something else in the other corner there. Poor little turtles. Experts say the deadly coronavirus, which has killed 600 people now, started at a food market where snakes, rats, beavers, wolf cubs, and even koalas are regularly slaughtered to order. But according to traditional Chinese medicine, soft-shell turtle meat is highly nutritious and can help sick people recover quickly. So that's what they're eating there. Turtle meat. And, you know, before you start screaming and shouting, oh, it's disgusting, they're eating dogs and cats and turtle meats and this, that and the other. Before you start saying, that's no different to people eating turkeys or chickens or lambs. It's just another animal. You know, you either are vegetarian or you're not. Not it's okay to eat chickens and all that. It's exactly the same. Don't be shouting and screaming at the Chinese eating their stuff just because you don't eat the same stuff. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Wear a face mask. They don't work. They don't work. You think they work? Those blooming face masks? You must be joking. Steph says, I have 2 turtles. How can they eat them? Well, do you have chicken, Steph? It's the same thing. Have you ever tried to be friends with a chicken? They are really friendly animals. Or, what's the other thing? A pig. Highly intelligent animals, pigs. They know. When they're going down that line, ready to have a bullet in their heads, they blooming well know. It's awful. It's awful. 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 Just awful. Pigs, apparently... There was some bloke on the radio who said, like, cats look down on you. We know that. If you've got a cat, which I know you love, as I love cats as well, they look down on you. Dogs look up to you. Right? Dogs look up to you. Pigs apparently treat you as equals. They are very, very highly intelligent animals. And there you are, having another sausage. Complaining that the Chinese are eating, I don't know, mice or something like that. No difference. No difference. Roy went to Florida 4 weeks ago for 3 weeks. It's a great place, isn't it, Roy? I love Florida. Oh, I love it. Did you go to Denny's for breakfast? Oh, Denny's. You can't move when you come out of there. Can we'll have pancakes, please? And you think, a couple of pancakes are going to arrive. This plate arrives, they're stacked up like that. And you pour over, butter and maple syrup over there. So, a Slimming World nightmare. Slimming World nightmare. Absolutely. All right. Christopher, they eat baby mice alive in China. I've seen that, Christopher. But you see, to me, that's no difference to me. If you eat animals, that's it. That's it. Right. The stuff about koalas is rubbish. China doesn't have any outside zoos. Haven't any outside of the zoos. So Jack reckons it's made up there. Gammon steak for tea. There you go, Jason. While watching Mix Moa's live stream. He likes the live streams, don't you, Jason? I'm glad you do. I'm glad you. I do wonder what all you straight lads are doing watching some old puff sitting here doing a show. Where's David Cameron when you need him? He legged it, mate. He legged it when it started going wrong. Oh, he's doing all right, doing blooming speeches and all that. Roy Brownlow, it's the pig's own fault. Shouldn't be so tasty, so clever they would eat crap, so taste bad. Very good, Roy. That's one of your funniest comments ever. Congratulations with that one. Good morning to Simon Keane. Morning to you, Simon. Hope you're well on this. It's 10:30. Is it 10:30? How long have I been here? We've done an hour. We nearly done an hour, haven't we? I've just gone very quickly again. Simon Keane writes, good morning, Mr. Chop Chop. Happy Saturday tonight. I will be singing in my band that I have joined. We do songs about blankets and sheets. We also do covers. Oh, God. Well done, Simon. You'll have to be a writer for me, I think. We also do covers as well. Have a good weekend, my friend. And that's from Simon, who's up in Stoke. Sometimes he's with us live. Generally, he watches a recording of the show. Did you get Facebook message? I don't do Facebook messages while we're doing this show. We only do YouTube messages, Jack. If you sent a Facebook message, I only refer to one lot of messages now. That's why we came on YouTube. If you mean the earlier little video that we posted to advertise this show, generally I don't refer to those either. No, that's just to advertise the YouTube show. The only messages we really use are the ones coming in on YouTube. Otherwise it just becomes incredibly complicated. And it was very, very, it's difficult keeping up now, but it was even worse then. Right, here's an idea. Have you got children? Who's got children at home? Anyone got children at home? I hope you regularly smack them. That's the only way to deal with these people when they do things wrong. Don't do that. It's horrible. Anyway, here's an idea. Do you have trouble getting them to do your chores? Again, in the Daily Mirror today, a mum has taken the step. This is a great idea, this. But it will require a little bit of cash. And I know some of you don't like spending the money. Look at me. I just don't care. I spent 60 pence this week. I think that's pretty good going. A mum has taken the step to hide cash under rubbish left around the house to reward her husband and children for cleaning up. But it still remains unclaimed. I love it. An exhausted mum who feels like the only one who cleans up around the house has invented a genius new game to keep her entertained as she goes. Every so often, she tapes money to the underside of mess around the house, including toilet rolls and pieces of paper which have been discarded on the floor. When the money goes unclaimed, she ups the stakes, meaning anyone who decides to lend a helping hand could find themselves rewarded with a small fortune. I might try this one myself. I'm not that good at cleaning. I can't be bothered. Seriously. Eventually, I'll clean something. Yeah, oh, God, that's really true. I'll clean it now. But I'm not someone, unlike my mother, she was always cleaning. I think you're supposed to do the kitchen a few times a day, aren't you? Mine might get done every few days. Or if I'm up for the caravan, might even, once a week. Might give it a quick rub down. She says, every so often she tapes money to the underside of mess around the house, including toilet rolls and pieces of paper which have been discarded on the floor. When the money goes unclaimed, she ups the stakes, meaning anyone who decides to lend a helping hand could find themselves rewarded with a small fortune. Unfortunately for her family, they are yet to join in with the litter picking, leaving only their hard-working mum to claim back their own cash. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? I mean, I could do that, couldn't I? I could start where is it? Posting the idea to Facebook. The Australian parent, including a photo collage of finished toilet roll left lying on the bathroom floor, showing it left untouched for a full 7 days. And she's taped a $20 note to it. She's taped a $20 bill to it. And no one's picked it up. Oh, what mugs. If I was I'd be grabbing those notes, wouldn't you? That's mad. She still can't get it done. What do you have to do to get children to clean something? I was the same. I used to clean never used to clean my bedroom up or help mum or anything like that. My nephew, Jimmy, is 22 now. 22, the girlfriend stays with him a lot of the time as well. My sister still has to go in and clean his bedroom for him. Shocking. 22 years old and she still has to go in and clean the bedroom and open the window because the feet stink. It's awful. Awful. Let's have a look. Okay, 1 minute. Done that for you there. Where are we now? Thank you, Jason. Thank you for your nice comment there, Jason. Why does he call you Mr. Chop Chop? Heidi wants to know. Because at karaoke, when people aren't moving fast enough, you usually, for example, Toby. There's a really good example. You call him up and he has to shake everyone's blooming hands as he comes up onto the stage. Hello, I'm here. Oh, for Christ's sake, come on, Toby. Chop, 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 chop. That's why he calls me Mr. Chop Chop. That's why he calls me Mr. Chop Chop. All right? Sean, I watch you purely because I look at it as doing my bit of care in the community. Roy, if my kids are naughty, I give them an extra shift down the pit. Yeah, send them down there. Very good idea. Very, very good idea. Mikey Mike advertising his channel there. Have a look at Mikey Mike's channel. Okay, he's got a channel there. If you just go to Mikey Mike's messages, if you click on the 3 little dots to the right-hand side, left click on there, and it will say go to channel. I think that's right. Go to channel, and you can have a look at Mikey Mike's videos that he's got on there. All right, Steph's back. She just to pop the dog out for a wee. Welcome back, Steph. I do need to get Sharon round here, actually, Roy. I think she's been to this house 3 times. I don't get visits. Rarely get visits. Although someone in this road has been texting me. Not texting, on one of those dating apps. And I got this message, you're close. It was something like 200 metres away. Message, discreet, which probably means is married. Terrible. I can't get involved with someone like that. I'm sorry, I can't. Where are we going now? You're right, Roy. That's because Jimmy knows Sharon will do it. I told her. She don't listen. She don't listen to me. She just makes up her own mind and that's it. Once my sister's made up her mind about something, that's it. You can't change it. It's completely pointless trying to have a conversation. Oh, no. It's a bit like that, really. So I don't bother anymore. I just gave up trying to get her convinced. Do I need a cleaner, Chris? I could pop round in my little Pinny. Yeah. Oh, you've heard, have you, Dave? You've heard about your job then, have you? I didn't know they told you yet, mate. Oh, okay. I had no idea. So you know you're looking for work now. Okay, well, I was saving that for you, Dave, actually. Really sorry to hear about your job going at the radio station. I did hear that from a couple of other people there. So sorry about that. So they've obviously told him now because he wants to become my cleaner. Thank you, Dave. That's very kind of you. Really appreciate that. Did you know there's a new talk station coming out? I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. Times Radio, which is going to be like a newsy type, current affairs type place, which we'll give that a listen to. I think we need more talk stations on in this country. All right, good. Let's have a look. I need to make a new video for my channel, Chris. What creation shall I come up with? Chris wants ideas. Do you like the yellow key rings? You can have a yellow key ring. Just send us a £1.50 super chat for one of those, Mick, all right? Or you might have done it already, have you? Today? And then email me your full postal address. One more story, and then we'll do the raffle tickets. Good news! X Factor not on this year. Yes. Good. Dreadful programme. I hate the way they take the mick out of it. You never hear me take the mick out of karaoke singers, do you? Never. Never. The X Factor will not be airing this year in the Metro today, after Simon Cowell revealed his face transplant hasn't worked. Oh, sorry, no, that's wrong. Simon Cowell revealed plans to rest the series. Thank God for that. Get rid of the judges. They're full of self-importance, sitting there running people down. If they're that bad, you shouldn't be putting one on there. I hate it when it's as I say, they've created it as the modern equivalent of a freak show. There are good singers on there, and there are people that have been put on there just to be laughed at. No, I don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I like talent shows where people come on the stage and they do their thing. You don't even have to have a winner. Don't need a winner. Just come up. We used to do amateur talent shows at the Black Cap in Camden Town 25 years ago. And there would be various people come on and do weird and wonderful things. Some who could sing. One, Sheila Serenade, her name was. She would wheel on this coat rack. You know, the coat rack on wheels. She'd wheel on, and hanging from this coat rack would be various things that she would use as musical instrument, and she'd sing and be playing this thing. Sheila Serenade. Blooming wonderful. Great entertainer. You can do a whole show with her, but as a sort of part of a show, hilarious. Then there was Mae East. She was a little person, and she used to come and sing songs. And she wasn't the world's best singer, but she used to come in and she would throw herself into it. She was blooming wonderful. Great entertainment. She'd throwing herself around the stage, singing stuff like By the 3 Degrees, for example. When will I see you again? And she'd be all over the stage. Wonderful. There was Fedora Hogg. I don't know how to describe Fedora Hogg, but again, very entertaining. There was a lad who used to sing Elvis songs. Lee, I think. His name was Lee, I think. Possibly Lee Brown. And he used to come and sing Elvis songs and stuff like rock and roll songs. And he would forget the words. He'd always forget the words. And he'd always come out with, you can tell this is live, can't you? The amateur talent show at the Black Cap and many of the other clubs in London held such things. And they were just such great entertainment. There were no judges. There were no judges sitting there. There was a winner each week. We gave, I don't think there was a prize. There must have been. I think it was like 25. No, it wouldn't have been that much. It was a small amount of money, and that was the prize each week. But you see, and the winner is, and you might have some judges there, but they weren't cussing them down. They just, okay, judges can't have a little, and that's it. And then you get the winner. No one would be up there and saying, you can't sing. You can't this, you can't that. I think you should do something else. No, it was just nice. And it was very, very entertaining. I do not see the X Factor as an entertaining programme. Never have done. They brought some great singers out, I must admit. The Christmas songs that they have on there are dire, depressing. Hallelujah. How depressing is that? At Christmas as well. Awful. Anyway, according to reports, the head judge is debating changes to the singing show after suffering a dip in what again? How many times do you want to change it? It's dead. Cancel it. 2019 saw 2 different versions of the show. Oh, did it? I didn't even follow it. With X Factor Celebrity. I heard about that. X Factor Celebrity and X Factor the Band. However, neither commanded viewership that the series used to. I heard about the X Factor Celebrity. People were talking about that like it was the worst thing on the telly. So there we are. Good news. No X Factor this year. Brilliant news. Brilliant news. Ah, look who's appeared. Blimey, Paul and Lou. You're late this morning, ain't you? God's sake, man. What time do you call this, Paul and Lou? People have been running amok here without you being able to moderate them. Very, very... Let me just get my glasses. Jason Hughes likes this one. Paul and Lou, very, very disappointed. I'm tempted to give that blues little spanner to someone else, dear. Someone else who's there every morning on time, dear. Honestly. We've been going an hour and 12 minutes, lovey. An hour and 20 minutes if you include the waiting logo before we go live on stream to the millions of people that are with us this morning. Millions all over the world. And you picked up an hour after we've started. Oh, what sort of life are you leading there, dear? I mean, have you got coronavirus? Are you speaking from a hospital bed? Do you need rest? I mean, if so, please say so, and we can accept that. But there's no excuse, no apology for being late. Nothing, is there? Very, very, very disappointed. Paul and Lou, what's going on there, for God's sake? Roy the Boy, rest X Factor for good. I agree, Roy. I agree. Dave, funny you should say that. I was queuing behind Simon Cowell at the job centre yesterday. Oh, Dave. Never mind, Dave. You can get another little job. They're always looking for people at McDonald's, my love. Perhaps you could go in McDonald's and do your own little radio show in there. Perhaps a little, or you obviously have to do the burgers. A little bit like they do at at Pontins and that. They do, as well as being an entertainer, they do other stuff, don't they? They're washing up dishes and stuff like that. You'll have to do burgers, and then on your hour break, perhaps you can plug into the little speakers in your local McDonald's and do a little radio show in there. A little bit like I do in this room. Have you missed anything exciting? Lots, Paul. You missed me giving away the Tesla Series 3 car earlier, but there you go. It's one of those things. If you're late, you're late, and that's it. Right, let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Cal was a lovely guy in real life, very family man. I never said he wasn't. It's the show. Awful. Running people down for the amusement of others. I don't like it. Unless you're a celebrity. I think if you're a celebrity, or me, of course I'm an international star, which I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a blooming Z-list, dear. A-list. Chris BBC Reardon, dear. All over the country. I mean, which station is going to ring me up next? I just wonder. I'm not even going to look at there's probably several missed calls now from various different radio stations here in the UK. But I only do BBC. I only do in BBC, darling. I'm not interested in Hearts. Funnily enough, I was talking to an ex-Heart DJ, Dave, a couple of weeks ago now. Got to tell you this. And I said, do you mind me asking you something? It doesn't work. They don't work for them anymore. I said, do you mind me asking you something? I said, yeah, go on. I said, working at Heart, is it boring? And without any word of thought, they said, yes, it is. You are not allowed to bring across your personality or anything like that. So when people say to me, often, why didn't you try and get on the radio? That's why. What is the point of just me sitting there telling you what the next 3 records are and then the time and the station name twice? Boring. All right, you get a little bit when you go out and do these discos. Oh, wow, it's Mark Bowles from Heart FM. Wow, wow, wow. And for an hour or so, you're really popular. And there is nothing to give. You're not allowed to do your personality stuff. And this person, they said it was really boring. And they were there a long time. Really boring working on Heart because you're just not allowed to do anything like that. I mean, look at that. I've been listening to that Roman Kemp, actually. I think there's a lot of talent there, but he doesn't talk much. When he talks, I find it quite engaging when he's talking. I'll be honest, not keen on the music, but that's because it's new music and I'm older now. But the talking in between the songs is quite good. I think so. But there's not much of it. Look, 2-3 songs in a row. Come on, entertain me like they used to. No, it's different now, though. Different now. Roy, my 13-year-old lad does he ever stop moaning, meaning you? No, I'm the same as your dad, mate. I'm the same as your dad. It's like your dad. I know he moans all the time, doesn't he? Thank you very much. Oh, dear. Paul and Lou was drunk last night. Shocking. Lots of people offering to be moderators now that I've mentioned it. The people you want moderators are not people that want to be moderators. I'll tell you that now. No. Anyone who asks to be a moderator is probably not a suitable candidate. That's how it is. There will have to be pain and suffering. Absolutely. Pain and suffering for Paul and Lou. I might not take away your moderator. What I might do is time you out for 5 minutes as pain and suffering for you. Stand by, everyone. Stand by for the raffle tickets. Yeah, Chris does hospital radio and live community radio because he can do what he wants. They're like, when I say you can do what you want, I was, funny enough, I was saying to Babs at BBC Berkshire this week. When I say you can do anything you want, what you don't want to do is upset anyone, really. It's all a bit light-hearted. Light-hearted chat, that's what we do. The last thing you'd ever want to do is swear purposely. You understand. Accidents happen. Accidents happen. You wouldn't want to swear purposely or upset anyone at all. That's the last thing I'd want to do. But I don't have a rule book to sit down. Chris Bedwell, who does community radio show, he will have a kind of loose rule book that he has to stick to. But generally, he has his own. He can do what he likes. He probably creates the whole show himself and can do that. Yeah, Dave, same songs every day as well. Makes it even worse. Yeah, that person was bored as anything, and she left. She left in the end. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. There you go, Chris. Jason Hughes is interested. Tell him when you're on. Tell him when you're on the radio. Jason, there you go. Chris Bedwell is on air. Forest One Radio. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You're on a lot, aren't you? Blimey, 4 hours a day. Do you know, I didn't even know that, Chris. Then he's on Forest Gold Radio on Sundays 12 to 2 and Switch Done Morrow on Wednesdays 8 to 10. You're on more than me, Chris. God. On more than me. Wow. Right, let me get my... I haven't torn any out yet. Raffle tickets are coming. Stand by, boys and girls. We've got pink raffle tickets now. Now, who didn't like the pink raffle tickets? And I won't give you one. I think it was Mick Davenport, actually. Mick, don't bother asking for a raffle ticket because you don't like them. So we won't give you one now. You can wait until we run out of pink ones. Let me sort these out. Stand by. The next raffle is on Monday. Here we go. Right. Who's the first one? Steph Diamond. Right, only ask once, please, boys and girls. I'm going to use... Have you got one of these, Dave Moses? I'm going to use my BBC Radio Lincolnshire pen. Have you got one of those? No, probably not, darling. I bet you've nicked a load of stuff out of that station you're at, aren't you? You're going to set up a bedroom radio station, my love. Where was it gone? Who did I start with? Was it Steph? Oh, Christ, where's she gone now? I've lost it now. Chris. Oh, Roy the Boy. Roy the Boy. Okay, we'll start with Roy the Boy. Number 16 for Roy the Boy. Thank you, Roy. Paul and Lou, number 17. Roy Brownlow, number 18. There's Steph. Steph Diamond, number 19. Number 9. Oh, I don't know why these messages jump down. I guess it's the same for all the YouTubers, isn't it? This is why we miss messages out. Literally, as I'm scrolling, it will jump. And then you have to go back again and try and remember where you were. So that was Steph. Mike Reese-Ponto, 20. Dave Moses, 21. I'd have no interest doing that, Dave. I'd just like to turn up and do my thing, basically. I've no interest in being a manager of anything like that. A lot of hassle, as you well know anyway, mate. Mark Bowles is number 22. Fran Green, number 23. Michael Pullman, number 24. Heidi, number 25. This is for the new fridge magnets. Heidi, number 25. Jason Hughes, number 26. Russ, number 27. Mandy, number 28. Colin, number 29. Sean, number 30. Jack, number 31. Whoever that was bought a T-shirt that was posted last night, okay? That has been posted now. There was someone bought a T-shirt yesterday. That's Jack. Ross, number 32. Diane, number 33. Tony King. It was Tony, wasn't it? That was it, Tony. Tony King, number 34. That's in the post now, Tony. You'll actually find there's 3 second-class stamps on there. Not because I've sent it second class, that I just happen to have those. So I thought I'll put 3 on, and that'll add up to what it should be anyway. So I think that's how that works. I hope it does anyway. Tony King. Mick Davenport. Please, the salmon one. Well, I haven't got the salmon ones left, mate, so you can't have one. Unlucky. Unlucky. You can't have one then, Mick. Sorry, there's no ticket for you. I've only got pink left, mate. Sorry, no salmon. We're on number 35. They go up to 1,000. So, so if you just wait a bit, I don't know what the next. Actually, I've got to get some more. I haven't got any left now. That's the last book of raffle tickets from what I can see. Let me have a look. Yeah, I've got to get some more raffle tickets. So I'll let you know when the other coloured ones come in, my darling. We've only got pink at the moment. And as you don't want one of those, I won't put one in for you. Thank you very much. 35. Number 36 is for Christopher Davis. Oh dear. Christopher Davis. Thank you, Christopher. Did you get a Radio Berkshire pen? No, didn't get anything from them. Only a cup of tea. I'll have a word with Babs. Where's my pen? Rude. Rude. John Aitken, number 37. Thank you, John. Joseph McDonald, number 38. Have you got your thing yet, Joe? When did that get posted? That was posted, wasn't it Thursday? Have you got your fridge magnet yet, Joe? That's in the post. Chris Bedwell, number 39. Chris, do you do your morning show live? I could come and see you for that. Is that in Essex? I could come and pop in, because we haven't met, have we? I'd like to see that. I'd like to see you in full swing there, doing your show. Chris, Mr. Gregorian is 40. SOS Dr. Gregorian. There we are. Gregorian, number 40. Let me just get some more tickets out, my darlings. Or is that it? Oh, there we are. Piers Morgan isn't going to interview me. I'm not big fish, I'm afraid. He wouldn't be interested in me. One man and his Sprinter van, 41. Here, did you see that bloke walk off? Ian Dale from LBC. He walked off was it a Sky News interview or ITV Breakfast? He walked off. You had that bleeding woke lefty woman shouting and screaming her head off, wouldn't she? What it was, and this is what they do, you see. He's sitting there in the middle, and this lefty woke woman on the left, she's not letting him get in a word in edgeways. And in the end, he said, there's no point in me talking. He took off his mic and walked off the set. Good on, I agree. I'm sick to death of these people. They go on and on. They won't let the other person speak. You listen to me when I do that phone-in. I give way. I give way to the other person so that they can get whatever they want to say in. You know? It's just awful. What is that with people? They won't let them get a word in. Some of the interviewers as well, they're just dreadful these days. Dreadful. I'm glad he walked off. I'm not a massive fan of Ian Dale at all. I find him a bit wishy-washy, you know what I mean? However, I think he did the right thing doing that, walking off the set. Brilliant. Brilliant. Who was that young lad as well? There was a young lad in a band. Oh, this is going back 6, 7, 8 years now. And it might have been that programme, Never Mind the Buzzcocks. And again, you got that lefty presenter there with the frizzy hair and the glasses. And I think he said something possibly about his girlfriend or something like that. And it was a real dig at him. This kid got up and walked out, mate. Good on ya. Who do they think they are? These people that just dig at people all the time. I'm glad he walked off the set. I'm glad old Ian Dow walked off that set. Let him have his blooming say. These blooming people, they're just shouting and screaming all the time. You can't get a word in edgeways. I hate them. Can't bear them. And the trouble is people are not listening to them anymore because of that. They've dug their own graves, that lot, I'm telling you now. The BBC have singers, you know, for the hard of... Signers, I beg your pardon, singers there. Signers for the hard of hearing. You should have some lovely bloke standing behind you doing the signing for you, or probably giving you rude gestures throughout. That's probably what would happen, Dave. Perhaps he could touch me secretly while I'm doing the show as well. Oh, okay, Joe, you'll find out when you get back. All right. Oh, it's pre-recorded. Oh, okay. Okay, Chris. Okay, Chris. A guest. I'll do a guest. Good morning to Gavin Bass. He's late today, isn't he? Gosh. Morning, Gavin. He's been doing a show. He does a little show as well on the internet radio, Embrace Radio. Richard. That's it. Richard what's it? Aid. I can't even say his name. That's right, Chris. Preston from The Ordinary Boys. That was him. Walked off the set. He was rude. They're rude, some of these presenters. They think they're bigger than everyone else, don't they? Dreadful. There's Mike. Good morning, Mike Cullen. James O'Brien is the worst for interrupting callers. I don't listen, Mike. I find him one of the most depressing people on the radio. He's never got anything nice to say about this country. Awful. Awful. But they keep him there. He is just such a miserable person on that radio. I don't want to listen to or watch miserable people in the morning. That's why I don't watch Victoria Derbyshire. Great presenter that she is. Sick to death of seeing various victims on there talking about what's wrong with them. They've got other stuff to talk about. Why not talk about the weather and the impending doom to this country of the wind that is approaching even... because I'm cycling to the shops after here. I'm very worried. I might get blown away. Terrible thing to happen, it will be. Don't worry, if that happens, I'll have the camera running so you can have great amusement from that. Richard Ayoade, yeah, I'm not keen on him. The one with the frizzy hair. He was just rude. He was rude to that boy. And as I say, this, I don't know who she is, some lefty woman on ITV Breakfast. And of course, Ian gets up to go. And old Ben Shepherd, oh, don't go, please. He's going to go, mate. That's it. You've upset him. Good. For Christ's sake, if you're interviewing someone or making your point of view, occasionally give way and let the other person have their say. It's rude. And we're sick to death of seeing these rude people on there. There's a cyclone. Jack has got a cyclone, which he sent me a video to. I haven't had a chance to read that yet, Jack, but there's a cyclone still hitting Karatha in northern Western Australia. Well, I don't think it's going to be that bad yet. Well, I hope not anyway. Mike Cullen, at least Nick Abban makes you laugh. Yeah, most of the time. And until he starts going on about Brexit or Trump, and then I switch over. He was going on about him last night. I switched over to Scala. I love... Have you heard these Scala jingles, Dave? Scala. They're great. We do like radio jingles. I gather BBC Local have got a new lot of jingles coming out at some point. They're getting rolled out. I don't know why I didn't change them all at the same time. I tell you, I think that was disappointing when the BBC Local stations all started using the same jingles, with slightly different words, obviously. I do quite like the Radio London, Berkshire and Lincolnshire. They're all using the same ones as well at the moment, but I gather they've got some new ones coming out at some point, haven't they? Just scroll back there. No, Chris, that must be another one there. The guy who walked off was from a band called Cradle of Filth. They were calling him Goth. I don't know. Well, maybe that wasn't the band Preston was in. Preston was in another band, wasn't he? I can't remember. Yeah, Mike, Scala's great for classical music. It really is. Oh, morning to Matthew Van. Morning, Matthew. He pitched up at the karaoke. It was lovely to see you, Matthew. Really nice to see you joining in with everyone else. You kept trying to have conversations with me while I'm trying to work all the time. I haven't got time to do that, Matthew. I'm so glad you had a nice night down there last night. It was nice to hear you singing your head off. Very, very good. All right, I think I've done all the raffle tickets. If I've missed anyone out, please speak now, okay? And I will correct that. Meanwhile, while you're deciding to do that, just 2 birthdays this morning, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 8th of February, 2020 to Craig Barker, who today is 41 years old, and also to, is it Corney? I can't quite see that. It's a bit small, the writing. Corney. Or is it Comey? No, Corney, that's an R, isn't it? Corney Thompson. Lovely photo there, Corney. And it's his birthday as well today. So happy birthday to you two boys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys. Just two there, Craig and Corney today. LaBelle, thank you, LaBelle. Ticket number 42 for the lovely Belle. Matthew Van, ticket number 43. Anyone else I've missed out at all? Please speak now. That's it. Thank you, Chris. That was exactly it. Preston walked off when Simon Amstel, was ripping into him about his marriage to Chantel from Big Brother. There's a clip on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, why would you do that? If someone was sitting there, I don't know, Kylie Minogue, and she wanted to come, I wouldn't be surprised if she rings in the next 5 minutes begging me to be on this little show. I get all the stars. I've not got time. I would have stars in here talking to me about their various different activities, boys and girls, but there just isn't the time. You wouldn't get the stories then, you see. That's the trouble. That's why. That's why. I wouldn't get the stories in. I'd love to have LaBelle in here talking to me. That would be great. Or someone like that, you know. That would be great. But I haven't got the time for these stars. But I wouldn't start laying into them about their marriage failures, and unless they said to me, could you talk about my marriage failure? And then even then, I think, you know, you've got to give the other party a say as well. You'd have to have them both in. It would be a bit unfair to have one and not the other in, you know. Gavin, thank you, Gavin, 43. And there was another one I seem to remember. I had it when I was singing Happy Birthday. I had this in my head and it's gone now. So there was someone else, I think, who he was on recently. Oh yeah, the little boy from One Direction. Now I'll be honest, there was one of the boys in One Direction, not Liam Payne, not Harry, not the one who left, not the blonde one, the other one. Can't remember his name. Someone tell me his name now. Now he was on BBC Breakfast this week. And Dan, who I think is excellent actually, Dan was on there. And the blonde girl, who I quite like that pairing. The blonde girl and Dan. That seems to work quite well. And they had this One Direction boy talking about various things. And I watched this. Well, I didn't watch the interview as it was on. I suddenly saw all these news stories from this One Direction boy saying he was never going to go on there again and he got really upset, this, that and the other. Well, I'm sorry, I watched the interview and there wasn't anything there. Not Zayn, Louis Tomlinson, thank you, I think it was Louis. I watched that interview because of what was said in the paper. I'm sorry, I don't see a problem with that interview at all. I think he was a bit snowflakey on that. You know, if I was in an interview and they started asking me about my mum, I'd probably tell him about, and if I got a bit, you know, upset, I'd say, oh, I really don't want to talk about that now, which I think he did, and then they moved on to something else. I'm sorry, no, he is a wonderful boy, that Louis Tomlinson, but I don't know if he took something the wrong way there or what. Maybe you saw the interview. I watched it on the YouTube. No problem with the way Dan and the other girl hosted that. They weren't aggressive at all, not like some of them are on there. Awful people. Awful. But I didn't see anything at all wrong with that interview. What was wrong was the one with Preston, of course, and the one with Ian Dow, where this blooming woke lefty woman wouldn't let him get a word in edgeways. Too right, I'd walk off the blooming stage as well. I really would. Okay, that's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Jack's going to have Moroccan chicken. What a long way to go and get a chicken. Don't they do some down the local Coles for you there, mate? Cheese and onion pasty for Mick Davenport. Thank you very much, LaBelle. All right, my loves. Lots of people wishing various people happy birthday as well there. That's it for the show today. Thanks for joining us. We got the bingo tomorrow. 8 o'clock is bingo time tomorrow night, boys and girls. The show generally starts anything sort of from between 7:15 and just sort of about 7:45. It starts somewhere around there. All right, but the bingo will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So I'll see you again tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and prepare for the wind. Clear up anything in the garden. You want to put that away. You don't want that blowing around and smashing through your window. I'm very concerned about John Parrish. He may well be blown away in the wind. Yes. Tono! Tono! Where are you, Tono? Woo!